Alright everyone, hello, and in this one we're gonna be actually going over actual technical stuff, no more talking. I was just introducing some stuff to you. This is gonna be, we're just gonna be trying to now grab this little marker set that we have and start the cleanup process and the preparation for it. And I'm just for you guys who maybe skipped the previous video or whatever, I'm just gonna create a new scene and I will grab the first part of the original base to my scene and make sure to press FBX open, all takes, and if so, yeah, you have this. So you have a blank file with just some markers and nothing else, and you have some stuff flying around. Might as well, you might have it, you might not have it, but we don't care about it. We are just caring about the ones usually that are in the body. Anyways, okay, so we have the motion builder. So just gonna let you know, if you're, by the way, getting too far away from everything and you're like, where the hell am I? Just press F on your keyboard or press A or F and you're back at where you, like, it tries to frame things that you're selected. If you press F like that and press F, it goes to what you're selected. If you press A, it frames everything. Anyways, okay. So we have this in your scene with alt left click. I'm gonna go around, and alt middle click. I'm gonna pan around. So I'm just like, this is a little technique you gotta get used to. I just work with a lot of 3D softwares. That's why it's like a little like easy for me to work with things. But yeah, if I want to be very like precise with things. Anyways, so we have our markers. We need to now set it to an actor. An actor is what we call motion builder's pinpoints for everything. Everything that you bring into motion builder when you're working with mocap data needs to be mapped to an actor first. An actor is not your character that you have rigged. It's not a character. It is a character. It looks like a character, but it's not a character that's, you know, we all know it as like a skeletal mesh or whatever you want to call it, a rig. It has a rig, but it has a universal rig for motion builder. So I'm not going to go over them too much, but anyways, that's what we're going to be doing first. So from this right panel, if you have this thing, you can just create actor in here, but if you don't have it or whatever, you can also select it from here, create actor, and we have this little humanoid guy. Motion capture, boom. Okay, the next step is, probably as you guessed, is actually aligning the character with the marker as much as we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And the reason I say that is two things. Well, obviously we need to map it, and the second thing is the fact that T-pose of the characters, the reason we T-pose and we love that little pose, like we all laugh at T-posing in video games and all that, like Skyrim, all that, Cyberpunk, all that stuff, is that we T-pose is a default pose of a animation character if it's humanoid. T-pose or A-pose. These are very common. Mostly T-pose, but in Unreal Engine, a lot of things are A-pose by default that you get from Epic Games, but you can still do T-pose and stuff. It really is a matter of preference, in my opinion. There are probably some differences, but I don't care about it personally, because at the end you get the same result. We have the T-pose, and that's why we tell that actors that we have, like the actual real actors that we have, we tell them to start T-posing. Well, we cut the beginning of the video here. Do we have the end part for them? No, we don't. Oh, we do. That's why we have that T-pose, because we want them to be mapped to this. We want to align things. And that's why we have this part. So in the beginning of the animation, we have a bit of T-posing. And now we need to do our best to align this character with the marker. Now, what's very important for you to know is that characters in Motion Builder, again, you need to, the best ideal moment is that when your character that you're going to be mocapping has the same proportions, this, for example, this person has the same proportions as the character that you're going to be actually doing your mocap, like, you know, on, like the mesh that you have. Well, not this character because that's a universal thing, but motion capture studios and mainly AAA industry, they use their own. They use, for example, God of War. The Kratos actor, like not the voice actor, the person who mocapped Kratos, had the same proportions as the mesh that was created for Kratos. So there was little to no manual scaling like right now that we do. But we're indie. We're not that cool. We will be at some point. Don't worry, or we will be better. And so yeah, that's how we're gonna be doing. So from this right menu, once you have your character created, um, just you can select everything from this side, and I'll select the whole actor. And if you by any chance press some buttons on your keyboard, like I don't know, hide the actor by any chance, you can you can hide and unhide things. So this is very useful if you have things hidden. You can just use these little things on display and just say hide selected. Like it's pretty self-explanatory what these are. We hit things. I'm gonna select nothing. Hide, say show unselected. So it's gonna show whatever that was hidden. For character, it's a little different for actors. Just go to your actors in the navigator, which was our outliner if you remember, as I said. You go to actor. This is the properties, and just make sure this active is on, and he should be appearing. I don't know why he's not here. Oh, sorry, visibility. That was the one I was mostly gonna do. I'm just gonna uncheck that. So we have these guys. Let's just now align them. I'm gonna select the character. Now first, let's just roughly align where his feet position is. It's a she. It's a like we have a girl. Mocap, and I just said he. My bad. But we just try to roughly align it. We can always have the best pose, because we cannot get the best pose out of the talents. However, I think this is like the best one we can get. It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it just has to like roughly align what we have. This is pretty correct, I'd say. Yep. And I'm gonna go to X-ray mode to actually see behind. Alright, so this is the head part. As you see, this is the head part, and this is in front. So this character should be smaller. I'm gonna press that with WER. You can select, you can go into your different transform modes. W for, you know, dragging things, E for rotating things, R for scaling things. I'm just gonna scale this actor so I said he again. Her proportion size is the same as the marker that we have right here. Roughly, I'd say. A little more. Okay, I think that's about okay. Yeah, that is pretty good. Okay, in terms of like aligning it, this is pretty good, I'd say. Just a little more back maybe. Alright. Now, obviously this is misaligned, so you can just not select anything, just double click somewhere else. Press the limb. Don't try to press shoulder if I were you. Shoulder, like, that's not how a humanoid body rotates. Like, the shoulder doesn't rotate like that. So, just gonna rotate the shoulder to roughly align things. So, about here I'd say. Yeah, pretty good. You can always go a little back and, you know, try to get the perfect angle, but it's fine for now. Because this all that this is. We're just trying to get an approximate angle-ish to it. So here we go. We have that. This looks pretty good. We have that. We have that. All right. We have the character lined up, and that is your first task to do. And we just did it very fast. If you have any questions, don't forget, you can tag me on Discord. I'm Puya. You can just tag me on the Siat Discord server at Puya. This is my username as of recording this video. I like to change my name a lot, but if you just at Puya me, you can always find me and ask me questions. I would love to answer them. No matter what time of the day it is. You'll be surprised what time am I awake on. But yeah. This is the first step that we did. So as I said, these are checkpoints, but we are going through different checkpoints. So we actually went through the second checkpoint, and now we actually go on to mapping these markers onto the character, because all we did was just like realignment. So now we have our next step, which is actual stuff that we gotta do. Alright, I'm gonna stop this video, and I'll see you in the next video for actually defining character parts for this actor.